I'm just going to finish with a few exercises and just talk to you while I'm doing it with my legs. I'm nearly finished, okay? Basically, I'm just going to do my bow stance. You can see I've got the camera set up here. I always do a few seconds of each. And I'll do different hand positions for it. I've been doing loads of stretching. I've finished my whole body workout from top to bottom. All that. Your waist is important. Everything, your back. Don't forget to, as I say. Be careful with all the exercises you do, I should say. You know, as I say, let's go. Yeah. I've done all my squats and that. I've done loads of squats today, so I'm getting the power in, So you go. From here, I'll get into a stance, like a bow stance. Like I'll do an exaggerated, like long one. I'll do different stances like that. It's alright when you've got the space, you know what I mean? And I'll do it different positions like that, and I can feel it all from my hips and that, into my upper body. I'll hold that for a few seconds, or that forward, and I'll change from the power of the waist here, open up across my chest, like I'm cutting cement across here, see? And sink into it like that, see? Okay, then I'll turn a few seconds down, so maybe I'll hold it into the centre, then go back again. Here, my fingers or palms, okay, and change maybe like this. When I change, notice how I keep the height too, but like that, see? Do that. I don't bob up and down, see? So here, bring the energy from my fingers and my palms, that kind of Tai Chi, Barbell kind of essence with your finger like that. Relaxed, yeah? Or feel the power through your arm, like dynamic tension if you wish to. And you got that, see? Go back to the centre again. See? So you can feel your centre through the big moves and the small moves. Other exercises you can do, bro. Stretching off, don't forget to. Other exercises you can do like this. You know, in Wushu they have like a move where you're like this. Cross feet, if you can see that clearly there. Put your hands on your hips or whatever different positions you can do. I say lean in like that or like that. You can turn over, see, and twist the other way. Palms out, you can hold bricks if you want to do it, proper, you know, what's your name, BT style, whatever. Or look to the end, see, or feel the energy, do breathing positions. Dynamic tension too. Go back, see, here, higher one or lower one, up to you. Open it up, like crossing out, you can do swords, whatever it might be, to the side there. Whatever it might be. Go that again. Try not to go up and down. Try to keep it if you can. Do that. But when you go up and down, what you're doing for the up and down, it's kind of like twisting the squat almost. Watch my feet too when I do it, bro, and I'll tell you something. You can adjust the height of this thing too. For example, okay, you can do it like this. And you feel your back, your core, you can loosen up your back. Don't forget to do all kinds of marble, don't forget to. You can do a small one, but you can do a real deep one as well. And when you do it, don't lean like this as you know, but like that. It's about having that monkey. Do like this. Hold it like here, so see? Yeah. We open it out, like dynamic tension, whatever you want to do here, see? Focus your mind. You're here. Any way you can, just sink into it. And it gives you a stretch and a bit of power for you to train it. A few seconds each. But again, going back to what I was saying though, is loosen off on that. Do more. Again, what I was saying about the twisting thing. You do this, okay? You don't have to keep your feet flat on the floor like this. Even it's like the same thing cross steps. You know when you do cross walking and stuff like this, cross walking, crossing and stuff like 1, 2, 1, or 1, 2, or like 1, 2, then behind. So you go in front, then behind, in front, then behind, or you go in front, or behind. It's up to you how you do it. See, if I step here, I can turn around to a fighting stance, right? If I step here, then turn around here, see? And it's the same thing, like you might even skip into it, or you might cross, turn, do jumps and things like that, jumping, different kind of thing like we did in the Wushu before, when I was learning, like different kind of jumps you can do, really high if you can too, and like spinning like kicks and stuff like you find in Taekwondo, Taekwondo, you can find that in that too, like jumping kicks and stuff like that, how you turn, and you spin it like Hapkido, So again, think about it, you know what I'm saying? So when you get better, you can learn to adjust the height and that, and the distance, you know, and the power in it, stuff. Real kung fu is the same do, see? And attention. What should I say with the cross one, yeah? You're doing your waist as well, don't forget, and your whole root, you know, the same way as you train upper body. I'm not, you know, when you do upper body, you should be standing up. I'm just showing you here because the camera angle. You feel the power up from your leg, you know? Up through your arm, saying here, you know, and that. In a small stance, you can't see my upper body here, I'm saying, you know? See, it should be the same thing. So, when you're stepping, yeah, in a cross stance, let's say, when you're in that stance, let's say, you see how I'm doing that? On the back, this foot is on the ball of the foot, you see, from this angle. So I can easily move away with it, you know what I'm saying? Right, turn, relax it. But when I'm on like, you can do that flat-footed, like that, but it's not easy to do that way, so it's better this way. When you're this way too, see, and this knee is tucked behind this knee. I step across, see, like this. It's not just, you sit on the back, look, see? It's not like this. It's like, you lock together, see? But you don't have to sit. There's a difference between that and sitting down. There's also sitting down, like this. Sitting, that's different. You see what you do? Sit down. See? Like this. Sitting down is different. I'm stand like this, see? Here. That's what I'm saying, so stand position. It's different, see? Sitting down is different. But it's like this, see? I can go. See what I'm saying? So you know where your heel, where your toes are, and all that. Plus bigger step in, you know, and smaller step in. So you know how to move, yeah? You see what I'm saying, yeah? You can do it like just normal cross stepping, just like that, and turning around, yeah? You can do that, yeah? And again with the foot positions, bro, you need to know too also how you're walking. Such as like, for example, when I'm stepping, see, I'm facing forward like that, yeah? I might step out this way, right? You know in Bagua, when you walk in a circle in Bagua, you just step around like that, right? And you walk around like this. Okay, so when I'm doing this, when I'm walking around, let's say when I'm walking, if I'm doing like Bagua, let's say for example, you know, it's the same, or any martial art, I'm just saying, when I'm stepping, you'll find things where you're stepping around that. See, I'll automatically turn, whether it's on the hip, whether it's on the heel first, then turning, to putting it flat down, or whether it's toes first and then sliding in, or whether it's the whole foot, or whether it's just placing the foot, or whether it's like sliding the foot almost, or sliding, whatever you do, it's like, you'll find there's different positions. It's the same way as you're standing and fighting stance. You do a thrusting in kick, low kick, right, or sweeping in, shoot one, or stamping out one, it's the same kind of thing. Right? Or the same way that you'll slightly turn your hip in, and your toes in, so when you're walking, because you know you're setting yourself up on the toes there for the reverse roundhouse, or roundhouse, or side kick, you know that, right? Whereas if you're on the front, you'll be like going in front like that, right? See? So you understand all of that. I'm here sinking now, doing the back kick, so all this strength training works. This is useful, so you don't lean over, you stand strong. So it's all learning to feel the power, see, in your feet when you're doing it. You don't push yourself off balance and exaggerate. So when you've got something like a tree, it's good to train with, you know what I mean? Connecting with the ground and that, learning to do squats and things, you know, to make your legs stronger, you know. I'm just saying. So yeah, so like, you know, you'll train a lot of squats and things, yeah? And train your legs doing squats, as in like feet together doing squats, like loads of those I do every day. Then the upper, then the like wider ones where, you know, work the power in, you know, your waist and everything, okay? You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say is all these moves, you're doing these flowing moves from the upper body, is true. Sometimes you really must have power in your upper body too in your moves. But sometimes you see where I'm flowing around in that. But if it's like Tai Chi or whatever, you know, or whatever you might be doing, you've got to have that power, you know, in your lower body to feel the root of the actual moves, you know what I'm saying? For the power, for the root from the upper, lower, from below. It's like a tree, you know, with the root. If a tree had heavy branches, really thick, heavy branches, and the actual root, the stump, was the, you know, the stump of it, you know, of the tree trunk, the trunk of the tree, if that was like thin, like a little, it would just fall down, right? So the bottom of it's got to be very thick and fat, and it grows up. and the power goes in through the roots. Internally it's strong through the actual branches, you know, but it can take all kinds of, from the wind or whatever that blows around, it can take that, you know what I mean? So you've got to be the same when you're training, you know. With your opponent, when someone pushes on you, you say, pushes hand to hand, someone pushing me, absorb that in, I sink, see all my roots there, bam, I'm able to use this to push him back, so you're pulling him, wherever it's going to be, and I'm just floating, so I might bring him in here, I might wrap him up and push him back, whatever it's going to be, I'm just feeling, you know, feeling all my balance too. You want to train out different exercises, such as like standing on one leg, not for show or whatever, but it's literally. You can hold something there if you wish to, like a pole or something across your arms, whatever it might be. See here again, fighting stance, whatever it might be, looking in different angles and stuff. You see, or just standing there. You want to sink and get that sinking. Hold something or hold your fists strong. You know, whatever it might be. Yeah. Hold 2 wet bars of soap. I don't know. Yeah. Or 2 cups of water, bowls of water, whatever as I said before, or heavy weights. You know, or just stand there and do weights. But you've got to control your breath and your balance and don't exhaust yourself, but good enough. So what I'm trying to say is, like, when you're stepping with 3 different positions, you'll need to know when to sink down into it, or when to keep it low. What when you hit with your hands, all this, bam. Whatever it might be, you need to know how to move. See what I'm saying? You need to know how to move when you're moving around. So like a tree, let's say, just training on a tree, crack this. It's not just I just do moves for the sake of it, see. When I want to do a throw move, let's say, I'll put my foot in front of that. So now my feet are both flat on the floor, so you sink rooted and crack that down my waist. Bam. See? So if I feel I'm getting tired here on my leg, I'll start to do some more squats. It's all about working out, you know. And it works, if you do things like jumping exercises and stuff, it's good. Because you can control it, you know, your breath when you're jumping, for like jumping kicks and get the spring off with it and that too. Knee and stuff, and Muay Thai is very useful too. You know, I'm just saying. So when I'm stepping like this, you say, oh, when am I going to do that? It's so exaggerated. Maybe subtly. I'll be just fighting, you know, I'll just step off. If you're crossed up, it's not good for you, right? I'm just trying to say, you know, depending on what you want to do. You might be fighting and standing here and somebody grabs onto you and you put your foot out in front, so you just step behind, see, sweeping down over your knee. It depends how you're going to use this thing, it depends. Your thighs have got to be strong. Practice hitting gently, forearms, to feel you can take some impact. The upper body too if you wish to, so get strong. Don't let yourself totally relax, you know what I mean? Just relax into your power. You know, whatever martial art you're doing, focus on your fist, dead dynamic tension. Hold it, breathe naturally. Then step back, chain. So when you practice a form in martial arts, you're training your power in your body. It's the same way as people would practice that Tai Chi forms very slowly, and that's the same kind of thing. They train the internal. You train the hard and the soft to absorb any negative forces of energy coming into you, towards you, and redirect that. But standing still like, you know, a rooted tree. Even though you're moving around and having to move in combat, you're still always training to be as rooted as possible, you know what I mean? So I think if there's a tree or something around you, you can train freely, as I said, I do in that. But you can train like barbed wire basics and things. You can go more relaxed and free flow moving, but you have to do the hardcore working out. That's what it is, you know what I mean? Going kicking and all that, like I do, wing chunks, the elbows coming in, palms wherever it might be, punching, you know, chopping or whatever, you know. I know you can't see my upper body here very clearly, but I'm just trying to say, you know. So let's say I'm here, I'm training, I'm on a tree, let's say there's a tree I could step in, you know, and practice all my moves, palm, whatever, or that cracking one across there, grabbing that, bam, see, and do this kind of move here, hitting, or chopping up here, coming low, where it might be, all in this position. I can sit down lower, or I can go higher, work it as well, but I have to be strong, I bring all that energy from within. I can do finger breathing exercises, with in or out lateral, however you wish to, hit up and down, see, and here again, all that, see, lines, all the lines of it, whatever it might be, all different. It might look very showy in that, but some people don't understand. See, stepping in again, see, step here, see, behind, push wherever it might be, see, Get all here, bam. Like I was training in the tree in the other video, remember? With the tree. Other videos and that in the past. Always feeling so that I'm blocking something here. It's like, if there's really a tree, see, I can feel that. Bam, and then step in, push, and throw him over, see, from here. Feeling that because I'm doing all my training every day. See, grabbing that arm, I'm exaggerating the movements because it's exercising, of course. But it's like, in a real fight, you do it as either big or small as necessary. You feel the power through your body. He's coming in, pushing me here, open out, see, hit up here, see. All the movements and that, you might find in wushu, kung fu, karate, whatever it might be. On guard, bug, wild touch, it's all in there. See? It's all in there. You power in that, hit low. See? Hit low. Let's hear from here. With someone coming on, let's grab that, swish him back, see? Throw him over. Back fist, boom. Psyche that off. Try and pick it again, see? Always keeping my guard up. See? Swords, knives, sticks, bow, staff exercises, whatever it might be. See? Tiger, whatever it might be. See? So the legs have got to be strong, working in. I'm doing all this off the camera, as I say that. I do my training every day. You know? Sometimes you can do certain things more on certain days because you're busy with work or whatever. Like you just do whatever you can. See? It makes you stronger working out your legs. So you go in here, perhaps I might guard from my leg, I'll step over, see? Or from here, crossing on the line, whatever it might be. You're always setting up your feet for different positions. You might say, well, why am I like this? I'm going like this. You know? Or like this, more like that. Well, here, see, you might go over there and you decide to come back around again. You've got to learn all kinds of steppings, I'm saying. And again, how to cover with your knees. How to cover with your knees, see? Guarding all that. This can be kind of workout, even big ones exaggerated too, like that. The knee not touching the floor, see? In this example. Other things like stepping in, as I said before. Here, sitting down where it's not tucked down so someone can crack your ankle with his head on it. Bring it in. See? There's warm, see? I'm sitting like that. When I want to go back, see, if I walk back, I simply release, sink on the heel, I can walk back. Whereas if you're like this, sitting on it, it's no good, see? You're going to be up with the toes on the ball of the foot, see? So you're utilising all of that. I say, you're wasting all that movement into it too. That's a training video there. I want to say, anybody who's watching this video, anybody who's seeing this training, okay, I hope you just enjoy it. It's just a few simple training tactics that I like to train, okay? And some for my legs part. For the upper body, I'm constantly moving. I'm doing my whole body training every day. But this is a few pointers, okay? For my good bro Demsley online who's talking about that, because, you know, I do train my lower body in the root, you know, as I say. But it's like, you've got to train your whole body in martial arts, you know?